My oh my, is Mike excited to be back in Software Inc. It's been a minute. And last time I played the game on the channel is, well, I kind of abandoned the series a little bit into it. And for that, I apologize. I know some of you were excited to see the next parts of it. And unfortunately, that save is no longer in existence. Or else I'd go back into it. But it's not. So we're here to new save. We got a new company. And our company is called, I think named appropriately, Tactical Software. Yep, Tactical Software. Are we going to focus on tactical kind of technology? Probably not. We're going to just do whatever we want like we usually do. But I think it's appropriately named. So I'm really excited to be back in here, though. So I say, why not jump back into it and let's see where we end up. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps out a bunch. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Even if you didn't enjoy it, just hit the like button. I appreciate it. So why not get started the way we always get started? Let's grab a couple of tables. Best way to get started in Software Inc. is just get a couple of tables, place a couple of computers on your desk, and go for it. So we got our basic wooden desk. We're going to place some computers there, and there. I think that's perfect. We're going to grab some basic office chairs. Our founders don't really have important needs, so we're not going to focus too much on it. And I think that way we can just continue moving on to what we actually have to do. I'm pretty sure this is the same setup we did in the last playthrough that we were doing. We'll get a water cooler. Why not? To give them a place to socialize, take a little bit of break. We'll give them a plant. I know they used to complain about it not being decorated enough, and it's already going to be doing that thing. So we'll get ahead of it. We'll place a plant there, and we will place, I think, a nice painting there. Just looks perfect. Maybe, I don't know. And that's all we really need to get started. So we're gonna hit play. We've already spent $6,000. Probably should have been more careful before I just kind of went on a spending spree and made everything look pretty. But yeah, we're already into it. So we're gonna keep going. So do people come in today or is that like tomorrow? Yeah, everybody's already here. If you guys all remember, this is Captain Gridlock. The old channel name. He's still around in the world of Software Inc., so that's exciting to see. And of course, making a return, we got Elsie Sanders. And we got Haram Burgess. The dream team. This time I did kind of mess up and I didn't make any of them very inspirational, so they're not really inspirational this time around, and we're going to make some basic stuff, but it's going to be okay. We're going to start with what we do with everything else. We're going to grab a couple of different things to do. We'll grab some gaming assets. We'll grab two logistics applications, and we're going to get straight to work. And I think it's just the best way to do it. We got about a month left to do it, which means it's due at the end of next month. So we have this whole month, and then we have the one more month to get it done, and that's plenty of time. For these beginning ones, all you really need to do is get through like an iteration, and you're pretty much good to go. So we'll do just that. We'll get through the next month. There we go. We'll just do the skip. And then once they're back here, we'll develop this, develop it, and then they'll be able to get the coding up just to the blue line. Once it's at the blue line, we can release it, and we can fix a couple bugs. If we release it, we should get them. Oh, one of them is inadequate, which I guess isn't what I wanted, but it's what we got. So we're going to do this until we make enough money to make our own product. It's a bit of a slow start every single time I play the game, but it's part of what you got to do. I also accepted those early instead of next month, so now I don't have... Oh no, this might be bad. Okay, look at that. We're 5 minutes into the episode and we're already making mistakes. Feels good to be back in Software Inc. though. I'm excited. Let's see. Oh, we made it to the blue line on both, so we'll take it. Can we release? Inadequate. Yeah, probably. You know, my bad. Probably gonna hurt our reputation, honestly. Other people don't hate us just because we're making horrible quality stuff, maybe? I'm gonna assume they won't hate us, but I guess we'll find out. We'll accept another logistics application for King Ltd. Shouldn't be too difficult of a project. We'll do 2 iterations on this. iteration should be plenty. We can start developing that. And we'll get a bunch of the coding done, and then we'll just finish it, and it should be outstanding quality. Got that done in 1 month. So maybe that's the way we do this. We accept one at a time, and we make sure it's good quality. Or maybe we can do 2. I think we can pull off 2. If we can't pull off 2, then we really shouldn't be starting a company. I want to get to about maybe $200,000 around there before we start working on our own project. That way we have enough money to support it when we get there. That's the goal anyway. And I'm hoping we're able to meet deadlines. Last time we got through this is we weren't meeting any of our deadlines, so everything we're releasing was like very minimal quality. Which is obviously not what you want when you're, developing software. You want to make it the best quality you can and take your time on it and make sure it looks great, but definitely something we didn't do last time. Also promised to try to slow down this time. Last time we were just kind of speeding through the whole, which, I mean, to be fair, when we're doing basic contracts, there's not much to look at, so really no point to slow it down, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing a bit better than I did last time. Last time it was like my second episode of being back on YouTube. It's been a while since I had recorded at the time. Now we're a bit over a month, I think, since that last episode. And I'm a lot more comfortable in front of a microphone, being able to talk and get into the game, I don't feel as awkward and nervous, I guess is the right term to use for that. I don't feel nervous in front of the microphone and, being scared of what if I say the wrong thing or what if I stutter. If you didn't know, I have a stutter, and I'm sure you hear it from time to time, and it's something I deal with on a day-to-day basis, but I find ways to mitigate it by sometimes slowing down when I'm talking or even having to make edits into the video so it doesn't make it as noticeable. But yeah, I suffer with a stutter, so it makes recording sometimes a bit of a challenge, especially when I'm just talking about random things that happen throughout my day or about the game, and we end up kind of, how do I say it? I end up in a place where I'll be talking and then I'll lose my train of thought because I'm focusing on like, what if I stutter? I've dealt with it my whole life. I mean, with being bullied because of it and people making fun of me and all that stuff. So it's definitely something I'm self-conscious about, but it doesn't really affect me in my day-to-day life. It's just more of I want to provide the best quality content that I can to you. And, I feel like me personally listening to someone just stutter on all their words 24/7 would probably not make for a good time. So, I'll do my best to cut some of it out. This time around, I'm trying to keep Software Inc. into a note cut type of thing, so I don't want to cut anything out. So I'm definitely going to try my best to avoid any mistakes. I know last time we went completely bankrupt, and it was kind of my fault. I thought we'd be able to manage more than we were actually able to, and we ended up bankrupt a couple times. Once, twice? I don't remember. Yeah, it was like first episode we ended up bankrupt, and that was, well, it was my fault, obviously. And I just released that late. Oops. And the reason we went bankrupt is because I wasn't really paying attention to what the heck I was doing. I thought I'd be okay with money, but by the end of it, I was, yeah, I went bankrupt by the end of it and had to restart. So it wasn't really a good look. But I'm excited to continue off and learn from those mistakes. We also have a very messy office space, and everybody's mad because they're clean freaks. So we're gonna go to manage staff. We're not gonna hire. We're gonna call a cleaner. They're gonna come in and clean, and it should help them. Yeah, see, now they're not all gloomy. Now they're back to their bright green color, which is awesome. Makes them more productive. We still got a month left. We'll develop that. We'll promote it and release. We actually have several hours left in the day. So what if we grab another project before we're done with the day, just to utilize as much time as we can? We'll grab another $1,000 project. Can we get through 2 iterations today by the end of the day? That's the hope. If we can do 2 iterations, I'll be happy. Yeah, well, 2 iterations in 1 day, we're good to go. We'll be solid for next month release. Yeah, absolutely. We can go to develop this. We'll code as much of this as we can. We'll promote it. We'll release it. And again, outstanding quality, because that's how we do it here at Tactical Software. What did I call our company? I don't even remember. Let me check. Yeah, Tactical Software. Yeah. We make things super quality, very first try. We never make mistakes here, you know? I guess that's more of like foreshadowing for the future, because I guarantee we'll make a mistake somewhere. And this will come back to bite me in the butt. So we're going to keep going through here, and hopefully, I say $150,000. We'll probably stop there with what we're doing here, and we will start working on our own project, which is honestly exciting. I'm excited to get into our own project. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this company. I'm excited to build our own office space down the road. I love getting into the building. I'll spend hours building one floor, and then I realize I've been recording for several hours, and then it's just it's a lot of footage to go through, so I just do a full playthrough, you know. I'll speed 2 hours up into span of 15-20 minutes, just so you guys can see, and I'll explain everything as we go through. But we're still a long ways away from building our own office, so it's not something we even got to worry about. So we're sitting here. Why did I lose money that time? Oh, that's what I was doing. IT. We need to hire, not hire, we're going to call IT. We're going to let them come through and fix their computers. It's outstanding. We're going to call a cleaner. Bam. They're going to come in, they're going to clean, and we'll be solid. We'll be good to go. And now that we're starting on the next day, again, grab a couple contracts. Gotta make sure we're staying on top of this and making as much money as possible as quickly as we can, so we can get into our own stuff. I want to look at what we want to do. I'm not sure what we're gonna do first. I'm somewhere in between an antivirus or a game. I know it's 1980, so probably antivirus would probably be the way to go, I suppose. If not, we'll see what happens when we get there. We'll get the coding as much as we can. See if we can get something. We can get outstanding quality. Would be perfect. Promote, finish. Yeah, both for outstanding quality, we made $20,000 off of that, which is outstanding. We're $20,000 off of starting our own project. So we're gonna do 2 more logistics applications. We're gonna accept those, and we're gonna go through this day. And I think by the end of this day, we should be around the $150,000 easily. We'll be $150,000, so we can continue on our own project. So that's pretty good stuff. I also wanted to bring up playing another game. I've been looking at a couple other games. I've been looking a bit at Workers and Resources. I know that game's been around for a little bit, but it looks pretty intuitive, and I know I'd have a lot of fun trying to learn it, and you guys would have a lot of fun watching me completely fall on my face over and over. So I've been looking at that game, and I've also been looking at possibly bringing Project Hospital onto the channel. And I know it's a bit of an older game, and it's not too much of a popular game, but I feel like it has that in-depth management and simulation that I look for in a lot of games. And I know a lot of you guys mainly play simulations and tycoons, so I think maybe that'd be pretty cool to bring onto the channel. Let me know if you're interested, or if there's any other games that you'd like to see on the channel. I'm definitely up for playing a lot more than City Skylines 2 all the time, which, don't get me wrong, I love City Skylines 2. I really do. But sometimes it's good to take a little bit of a break, play something else, let the creative juices flow for City Skylines 2, and then come back to it. So we're in September of 1981. We have $143,000. We're not at the $150,000 that I wanted to be at, but we're close enough. So we're gonna pause time. We're gonna go into the develop software portal, and we're gonna start looking at what we're gonna develop. I say we start off with an antivirus. I think an antivirus is just the perfect thing to start with. It's usually a good starting point. It's easy to make, and you can usually make some decent money for it. So we're gonna go with it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Sniffer. We should totally call it Sniffer. Yep. That's the name of our antivirus, Sniffer. And we're going to start up with the basic stuff. We're going to have file encryption, file scanner, anti-theft, and application scanner. And 100% is perfect. We're going to lower the price to $60. Nobody really knows us, so maybe our cheaper pricing will give us more sales. At least that's the hope anyway. And we're going to go into operating systems. We're going to go by active users. We're going to get the top 5. We'll go down to the 6th one actually. Oh, was that 5? That's actually 5. It is top 5 because there are over 100,000 users, and I think it's perfect to get us started with our first product. We're going to auto balance this, which is not much you can do with the wasted interest. You could try to play with the stuff, but there's not much you can really do about wasted interest. I've tried. Maybe that'll work. No. What if we do? See, now I'm sitting. Oh, there we go. 100%, 0% wasted. It's perfect. Nailed it. You don't have to deal with it. We're definitely going to have to look at a publisher. We don't have the funds to do our own marketing. We don't have the funds to do our own printing. We don't have the, the warehouses to do that. We're not producing our own stuff. So we have to release by January of 1983, which gives us just under 2 years. And I think that's okay. I'll give us like a year and 5 months, which I think is okay. I think a year and 5 months is more than enough to get it done. And I think it'll put us in a good position to be ready for a release and not overwork our employees. Which obviously right now they're not really employees. It's just our founders, which they don't really have needs, which is really cool. It's a lot of stuff you got to worry about. But while they're going through this all, we have to make sure we're staying afloat with our budget. And if you see here, you can see how much we're spending every single month on everything. I guess that's a good explanation of putting it. You can see how much we're spending on bills. You can see maintenance costs, which is, bills is included in there. And you can see what your monthly bills are, so you can kind of keep track of, will I be able to afford my bills at the end of every month? And if I can't, how do I make more money to stay afloat? Which obviously, if something happens where we don't have enough money to make it through, which I'm confident we do, but if we don't, we can always slow down. We can also look at more contracts. So we'd slow down on our main development here, but we'd be focusing on contracts to bring in a bit of income. I'm also going to get a cleaner. I'm going to follow cleaning again because I want them to stay happy. I think that's perfect. States 68% on computers. We're going to call IT. Oh, it's winter. That's cool. Look at that. We're already going through a whole year software inc. We go to manage staff. We're going to call IT. They're going to repair everything, I think. Did he even fix anything? Oh, he's not going to because... Oh. And we're paying him hourly, too. That's not good. I should have waited until everybody went home, so then he can come and fix it, but now... I think I bled even more money than I had. Okay, that's not that bad. Repairs only $600 for 3 computers. I think that's fair. And it brought our computer state back to 95%, which is outstanding. Keeps us in a place where we're competitive. By competitive, I mean we don't have to buy another computer. All right, how's everybody's needs doing? Like, how's everybody doing? All right, Captain Gridlock, are you okay? Your energy is fine. You're happy. You're just happiest guy around. Your effectiveness is awesome. Salary is obviously 0. Why? Because, well, he owns the company. They don't really need any of that. Oh, you paid taxes. Okay, so I did actually file my taxes. That's something I forgot last time too, is I completely stopped paying attention to taxes. And we ended up in a weird place where we kept not paying our taxes every single time. And we ended up getting fined a bunch of money. So we're going to assign this just to keep it assigned. We'll put that at 1. But then now every single year, the core team will actually start working on it. And I think it's cool to have. I also want to look at... Oh, you can DDoS attack other companies. And that's... Okay. Something we'll probably look at down the road. I think it'd be really cool to see some of these more in-depth details. Oh, there's even black market stuff. Buy a bunch of furniture and hope you earn what you spent. That sounds it sounds like I'm gonna get scammed. I'd rather not do that. But I'm curious just to see what would actually happen if I do that. Like, am I actually going to make a bunch of money? Or not money, but am I actually going to get new furniture by going to the black market? Or am I going to just lose everything and get caught by the government for doing some weird stuff? That we're probably not going to touch it. Just for obvious reasons. January of 83, we're already in August. We got to start coding this thing. We're going to develop it. We're only doing 2 iterations, but I think it's okay. We really going to get up on our coding and get this done as quickly as we can, because we are, wow, we're 5 months from release and we're not even coding yet. That's not good. This thing's going to flop. I should have been more mindful in paying attention to this. I didn't really pay attention to this, and now we're in a spot where we might not even get this done in time. Yeah. This thing is totally gonna flop. What if we do put everybody on crunch and we'll do 12-hour shifts maybe? We'll do 10-hour shifts. We'll put everybody on crunch mode. See if we can get something done in the next few months. We got 3 months left. And once we're there, we're kind of in a weird spot where we have to release. If not, we can get sued for not releasing. If you don't release when you're supposed to, your publisher will come after you and sue you. And if you don't have the money to pay for it, you're kind of screwed. So I'm hoping they can get a lot of this done. That's my hope anyway. We're so... Wow, we're not going to make that, are we? At all. I expected this to go a lot quicker, but it's just not. How's everybody's, like, how's their... They're good at, like, coding and stuff like that. Like, they should be able to just pull this off no problem at all. Their programming skills are maxed out. We're in January of 83. We got to release. That's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought. That means we have to release before midnight. And we're not even a third of the way done with the code. But we have to release it. If not, we're going to be in a world of hurt. Which is scary. Because obviously we can't afford a lawsuit. If we get sued, then it's pretty much game over at that point. And it's not something I want to go down the road with again. I feel like they made this game a lot harder though. Before you were able to get a whole project done with just your founders and get it out the door. It seems like this time you can't. We're also playing on medium, by the way. Pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, we're on medium. I want to put this at 1 actually. I didn't know that was the thing. I thought... Is there something I did to make it a little bit more difficult? Default priority 1, difficulty, background. No, we should be able to pull this off in medium. I mean, I've been able to pull it off in impossible and not had too many issues. But looks like we're overdue by a month and I completely forgot to release. So we're gonna go ahead and release it the very next time we meet. Thank you so much for watching. Please join me next time to see if we even make any sort of money or if we're kind of screwed and we might have to restart. But that's okay. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. We'll see you in the very next episode. Bye-bye.